I never saw myself as a nootropics guy. I never really cared to try external stimulants. I first tried rhodiola rosea at my parents' house when my brother was home for Christmas. It definitely helped. I could definitely tell that after I took it, when I was doing my work, I was a little bit more locked in. There was just a slight edge where I wasn't as stressed out, or I wasn't as, I guess the easier way to say is that it was easier to be slightly more uncomfortable when I was working, because rhodiola works a lot with cortisol and stress management. And so I would say that helped. That definitely worked. But the problem with that is that I had no idea what I was taking. I'd never really taken nootropics before, and the most that I knew about nootropics at the time was that Andrew Huberman was talking about this, or I saw it on some podcast. And so I was a little skeptical trying it at first, but I've always been fascinated by the idea of being able to take something that would enable you to have heightened levels of critical thinking, or allow you to have a better quality of your consciousness. And that kind of got me thinking about, oh, are there different things that I can start taking that would be helpful for my mental health? So from that point on, I was like, all right, I'm going to try to figure out something that I can take that's going to help me become more present in life, that's going to help me become a lot more of a less stressed individual, stuff that'll help me focus on my work, but be more mentally clear at the same time. And so I didn't really know what to do. I didn't really know what to look at. And that led me to actually reaching out to someone in the area locally that is a supplement manufacturer. I reached out to him and was like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. I would love some help trying to figure out a stack of some sorts that would help me get to this desired mental state that I'm after. And I was super excited about it. We kind of talked about what exactly it was that I was looking for, and he gave it back to me. And there was a problem with it. It had 100 milligrams of caffeine. Now, I'm not against caffeine use. Everyone I know drinks tons of caffeine. I have no issue with that. Ever since a brain injury I had 7 years ago, I just have decided that I don't care to have something that's potentially as addictive. And so I just stayed away from caffeine. So we ended up compromising, and he's like, no caffeine. He'll change it up a little bit. So we went back to the drawing board and came up with something that was very interesting. So here is the stack here. It's got lion's mane, l-tyrosine, l-theanine, huperzine, 10% or 1%. I can't remember off the top of my head, and alpha GPC. But after chatting back and forth with him again, we eventually got a sample. And hold on. I have the sample. Let me go get it. Ta-da! Here's all the different samples. Boom, it looks like this. There's the sample. One of the biggest things, because this is a drink mix, we went back and forth on the flavors a lot. So I got a bunch of different flavors, but mango ended up being my favorite flavor. So I got this, I took it home, and I tried it. Same with the rhodiola rosea. I was pleasantly surprised. It wasn't anything that was crazy or overwhelming. We formulated it for the purpose of mental clarity, but some of those nootropics in there help with focus as well. And so what I find, and it's perfect for my remote work, I work remotely, and it gives me sort of a clear focus. So I'm not super locked in like you might get with cognizin or caffeine or something like that that's super focus oriented. I do notice I am more focused, but it's a clear focus where I'm able to stay back a little bit from what it is that I'm working on. And I'm able to be level-headed about the work. Not so zoned in, but rather I'm at a continual state of subtly remembering why I'm doing the work that I'm doing more often than just being too locked in, or only having a mental clarity. Like, oh, I'm super creative. Although it does help out with the creativity. A lot of my work is in marketing, and so I've definitely seen a difference with the type of thoughts and the type of creatives that I'm able to output when I have something like a stack right here that's helping me out just ever so slightly. I don't think that it's right to claim that a nootropic is doing the thing for you, but it certainly doesn't hurt, and it definitely helps out a ton. That's some of my experiences. I am still trying to understand. I'm a learner at this whole nootropics thing. I don't know the first thing about some of the more in-depth conversations that I've read on Reddit, but this is a stack that's really helped me. I actually, funny enough, ordered a bunch from the guy, and I'm putting it on Amazon soon enough because I work in e-commerce. So I was like, why not throw it up on Amazon and see if people want it? But so if you're interested, go check out the first link in the description. But that's been my experience with nootropics so far. This is sort of a self-documentation video, and I'm just trying to learn what are ways that can help me be the best version of me that I can, not only at work, but with my family and my friends, and just being a generally better person because I have the slight mental clarity advantage than if I wasn't taking these nootropics. And if it ever gets to the point where I'm not noticing any benefits, I'll probably just stop taking nootropics. So far, it's been helpful. So far, I feel like I find a noticeable difference, and that's important because it doesn't feel as placebo. There's no like branding on this thing. It doesn't feel very placebo. It feels like I'm doing a lot of critical thinking on a given day for my job. And so I can very clearly tell if something is helping or not, and or if there's any sort of incremental value I'm gaining. And I definitely have. So that's it. That's my take on nootropics so far. Hope it helps if you're interested in trying nootropics. This has just been my experience so far.